Hi loves, it's Amber and welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, hi, hello, welcome, and welcome back to another episode of the New Horizons Legacy Challenge. So we are here in our New Horizons Legacy Challenge. We are here with our newly aged up heir. This is Miss Sunny Tara, and she is now a toddler. And she is just here hugging her father, Sorren. And we are getting a notification or a pop-up basically as soon as we load into the game. But they have a new family dynamic of supportive. Some older Sims have a knack for providing reassurance and emotional support for their younger family members. The older Sim can serve as a good role model, sharing their many life experiences to help guide the younger Sim through life. Recently, it seems like Soren and Sunny have this type of relationship. When family members have a supportive family dynamic, both Sims will actively provide affection and compliments to each other. The older Sim will actively seek to console or cheer up the younger Sim, and the younger Sim feels comfortable venting complaints or asking for help a bit more. I think that's so sweet. If you've been following this challenge, then you know that Soren and Sage actually both initially did not want to have a child right now. And so they actually struggled a lot with Sunny's birth and, her infanthood. So I think it's very sweet that now that she's a toddler, he is feeling supportive. Sage here is, I think, going to go play in trash, which we will not do. We'll just have her come and throw that away instead. And now that I think about it, we actually need to convert our bed. So for this episode, our focus is actually going to be on Soren because as you can probably tell, our boy Soren is going through it. He has actually been poisoned. So he is poisoned from plasma bats. We do have creepy crawlies in the house. Poison is coursing through Soren's veins. Better find an antidote quickly. Surely someone from Selvadorada knows where he can get one. Maybe search online. He's got 2 days left at this phase. I'm pretty sure that there is another phase after this, or at least I hope so, because we probably don't have time to save him if this is our last option. We don't have a ton of money, only 285 simoleons. We typically sell on Saturdays at the Finchwick Fair, so that means that we will get a lot of money tomorrow. So I think that we're gonna wait. I feel like maybe I should just go ahead and send him, but it is like 7 p.m. on a Friday. There is an option to purchase it online, but they don't have internet access. So that's not really an option for this family. And I'm trying to decide if I think we're just going to lose our father. Soren is hungry. I'm trying to see if anyone else is hungry. I don't know if anyone else is. So I might just have him go ahead and cook some food for himself, and the only thing we ever cook is fruit salad, and this will be no different. So Sage is over here working on fixing the toilet, and we will have her doing most or all of the handiness based things for a little while, because for this generation she needs to max certain skills. So she needs to max her gardening skill, which she has already done. She also needs to max her fishing skill, which she is level 7. And then we need to get handiness to level 6. And as she's only at level 2, we do have quite a bit of work that we need to do on that. So I'll also go ahead and have her come in here and convert our crib into a toddler bed before it's time for Sunny to go to sleep, as she is getting a little bit tired. So we'll just have her come and, let's blow a kiss at Soren and sing a song. I think we've seen a few of her quirks. She is clingy for her traits, but she did get the top-notch infant, so we actually did do really well with raising her. We haven't discovered any of her quirks just yet, but I'm sure we will shortly, and I'm interested to see what kind of quirks our little one might get. Soren is finishing up his cooking, so we'll let him do that, and then he can have something to eat. There's really not anything in the house for Sunny to do just yet. We probably need to go ahead and buy her some toys, but I honestly don't feel like going into build mode most of the time, so we'll wait until we need to go in there for something. And Sage is still leveling up in her handiness skill. Sage did have a little bit of a difficult time. She is in mourning from losing a good friend. In the last part, her best friend Kennedy did die, and so she's still pretty sad and kind of messed up about that. Maybe she'll go see Aaron and Kellen. Probably not in this part since, like I said, we're pretty focused on Sorren today and trying to save him. So that's kind of going to be what we're focused on. But she did at least get this bed upgraded. And I think that since she got that upgrade, we're going to go ahead and read Sunny to sleep since she is very tired. And I don't know what she's out here doing, probably making a mess, which honestly is very appropriate for a toddler. So we will get our little one to sleep. And then I'm honestly going to take care of their needs and probably get the adults to sleep as well, because they do live on a farm, so it's reasonable for them to want to go to sleep early. We did also just discover our first quirk from Sunny. She hates being carried. So our little independent queen does not want to be picked up. Sunny seems to particularly dislike being held. Toddlers who hate being carried can manage on their own. Thank you very much. Caregivers should be careful picking this toddler up at all. It will likely put the toddler in a bad mood. They also never asked to be picked up. Okay, so we will not be carrying our girl around too much, which is fine. It's fine. She doesn't want to be carried, then we won't carry her. But she has fallen asleep, and we are working on our parenting skill. We'll have Sage use the toilet, and then we will have her go ahead and head to sleep. And then we will catch this little family in the morning when we start taking care of the farm and get ready to sell things at the fair tomorrow. I do love how much these two are in love. Look at them cuddling as they sleep. But we are getting a call from Riley. So we are getting our formative moments call. I know this is happening constantly for everyone since we got the formative moments with Adventure Awaits. But I will recall one for her just so we can see if we can recall something that will help us to kind of maximize the traits that we need to get. Also, I don't know why Sorren is getting, it's like 2 in the morning, dude. Go back to sleep. Maybe we should have them try for baby, actually, just in case Sorren doesn't make it. You know what? I think I might do that. But looking through the formative moments, I do see Fisher Kid. So I think we're going to go for that. That'll help with her maximizing her fishing skill. And honestly, like I said, now that I'm thinking about it, I know that this might be illogical, but I think that it would be good for them to have more than one child. So why don't we... Oh, Sage is getting stung by bees. Okay, well, maybe this isn't the best moment for that. She is very sad, so I don't know if she's going to want to try for baby. Maybe we'll skip it. Maybe if she gets happy enough at some point during the day, we'll try it. But I guess we'll let these two go back to sleep and maybe we'll try it later. I just kind of want to have the possibility of having more than one heir. And since I feared that we might not be able to save Sorren, I wanted to go ahead and give them that option, and maybe we'll manage to do it later today. But for now, we'll let everyone rest. Okay, our adults are awake. They are very much on the same schedule here. They did the exact same things. And she is sad. She's going to go ahead and cry it out. And honestly, I'm going to let her because she is really struggling with her sadness. He's in here trying to clean up, which is very like him. And then he's also going to take a bath. I'll let him do that. Once she gets done crying, I'll go ahead and have her get up and cook some grub. I think it's still, even with her higher cooking skill, just fruit salad. We can make more things if I was to like go over to the grill. And maybe I should try getting them a grill for the house. That way they could have a little bit more in the options for food. But hey, what's wrong with fruit salad, right? Because she can make the campfire spuds. I don't know. Maybe actually, yeah, you know what? I think I need to be clicking on the stove and then using the cook off the grid function, because there is actually quite a bit more food here. We can do fish on a stick, forager stew. Okay, so yeah, I'm just doing it wrong. I'm just using the fridge to cook, and I need to be using the stove so that I can get the cook off the grid functionality, which I don't know why I'm just realizing that, but it's fine. I can take care of that. We did just learn another quirk from sweet little Sunny. She is a heavy sleeper. Sunny is quite the heavy sleeper. Toddlers who are heavy sleepers won't wake up as easily from surrounding noises, are less likely to wake up from nightmares, and have an easier time getting good rest. Honestly, that one's a really good quirk. I wish that my toddler was a heavy sleeper, but he is not. Aw, we lost a little rabbit friend. I'm sure that that was a rabbit that Sage knew because she is obviously our sim who takes care of all of the wildlife and things like that. So she's actually happy right now. He's dazed. I'll let him use the toilet and then we can start working on some stuff out on the farm. So let's go ahead and have her come out and tend the garden just so we can take care of everything. I'm wondering if this fox is why some of our animals have died. And let's scatter feed nearby for our chickens. I think this little chick's, yeah, this little chick is hungry. We'll go ahead and let Sorren feed the chick. We probably should do this in the opposite order. We should probably have Sage doing the animals and let Sorren take care of the garden because she's maxed out her gardening skill, but she needs to work on her country caretaker aspiration. But why is my toddler getting to know a fox? What are you doing? Can she interact with the fox? Okay, she can babble to the fox. Okay, let's do that because I honestly just didn't know that you could. I think that's kind of funny. So we'll let Sunny come out here and babble to the fox. Maybe she doesn't understand that like we're not a fan and she thinks he's cute. She can also, what's that, the fox? We'll babble to him some more. I mean, this works for her getting up her skills. I do want to try to get as many good skills as we can for her. And then our cowshed is not clean. So let's also have him go ahead and come and clean that. And then I believe we have some prairie grass in our inventory. So we'll give that to Sorren so he can refill with prairie grass. And then Sage is just getting a lot of gardening done for our country caretaker aspiration. We're actually almost done with it. We just need to harvest some perfect quality giant crops. We do have a lot of giant crops here, so I'm hoping that we'll get some perfect quality in all of these. So we'll see in just a second once she's done just kind of with the generic tending the garden. So let's go ahead and harvest all of our crops. She also went ahead and okay, yeah, we got it. So we did get our perfect quality crop. So this is one of the 2 aspirations that we're completing. We are on, I believe, the final stage. Yes, we just need maximum friendship with a cow, chicken, or llama. We need 3 gifts from rabbits or birds, and then we need to win a competition. And then we're also working on the freelance botanist. We're on the last phase of this one as well. We need level 10 gardening, which we've already done. We need to grow a cow plant, and we need to evolve 10 excellent plants. I know that these aren't good enough for that, so that's why I just went ahead and evolved them without the aspiration pulled up. I think we do have some better quality plants in here. Like I think this one's going to go to excellent quality. So we'll need to make sure that we're actually keeping track of that. But for now, I think we're okay. And our girl is feeling very flirty from being a love bug. And I know I mentioned this, so why don't we go ahead and let's call over our spotted cow. And I think we will let's socialize with it just a little bit. Ask how cow's milk is made because I think the cow is her animal that she has the highest relationship with. Yeah, she's really pretty close to maxing out their relationship. And then because I mentioned it and because I mentioned that we don't know if he'll be here for long, we're going to go ahead and woohoo with Sorren in the shed. Their attraction has changed. Okay. Did he turn her down? Sorren. Okay, let's gossip about booty. Let's work our way up to it. That's so fair. You know, I wasn't being very I didn't help them, you know. They need to work their way into it. No one wants to just immediately jump into it. So let's just kind of let's do some interactions before we immediately try for baby. So we'll do a little bit of flirting. It looks like the cow's gone back in, so we won't be able to try for baby in the shed. I really want to, just because I don't think that I have. So I'm going to try to call it out again. They're having an amorous exchange, so I think we should be good to go. So I'm going to try to call out the cow again and see if I can get them to go ahead and woohoo in there. I don't know if Sorren doesn't really feel like it because he's like, you know, dying or whatever, but like, I'm trying to live it up. Like, come on, take advantage. This might be your last round. I think she said yes or not. Okay, no, I think she said yes. Okay, yeah, so they're gonna go ahead and try for baby. So we'll let these two try it out in the shed. We haven't used it for this before. And I think that if we're not able to save Sorren, we'll at least have two options for our heir. Technically, there's no reason why in the rules she couldn't get remarried, but I feel like they have such like a, you know, love of my life love story that it just kind of makes sense that she wouldn't want to get remarried. So we'll just have a second option. I also like the idea that like Sunny sees that her sibling is treated with love from the very beginning, whereas she suffered, and it just kind of adds to her story. She is wandering out here to talk to her father, which okay, it just says watch. She just wants to watch her father, which is very awkward considering what her father was doing. Let's be friendly with her mom because that's something she wants to do. So let's just babble to our mom. Let's see, is there anything else we need to do for the farm? We probably need to gather eggs so we can collect eggs. We do have this egg that is waiting to be hatched, but we've got a while till that needs to be hatched. And we'll check our adult chicken is fine. And I think our chick is fine as well. Yeah, they're both fine. We will need to buy some chickens. So I think maybe we'll buy some once we get to the Finchwick Fair later today. We'll go ahead and have Sage clean our cow. And she wants to change Sunny's diaper, which, you know, I do see stink coming off my baby. So that feels like the right thing to do. He wants to find some items and to hug someone. Oh, I forgot he had the soulmate aspiration. We should try to work on his aspiration. I think I had worked on it previously. Yeah, we need to go on some dates. So if he survives this, we'll work on his aspiration. He has leveled up in his parenting skill. I think maybe, no, he didn't change her diaper, so I don't know what he just did. Why don't we, I kind of want them to get out of the rain. So let's go ahead and have him come and let's come put Sunny here so that way we can, you know, take care of her a little bit and get her out of the rain. She is going to be mad because she doesn't want to be carried, but our girl's just going to have to get over it, isn't she? So we're doing a pretty good. I do need to figure out how we can get a cow plant. Maybe we can get a cow plant berry from some of the stalls. I'm not sure. I think it's almost time for the Finchwick Fair. Yes, there is the notification. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and have him open this up and grab some nectar. I think we have, okay, we have a few finely aged nectars. We have a potato, a strawberry, and a trash. I'm going to get the trash nectar because I don't want to get we don't need a ton of money right now. We're just kind of getting this money so that we can take him to Selvadorada. So I think that should be good enough. And we'll have Sorren and Sage travel to the Finchwick Fair. I'm going to bring Sage also because she has a lot of things in her inventory. And I don't feel like trying to transfer them over from all to one Sam. So we'll just have both of them come and sell. And then we'll see how much money we get. And then I guess Sorren has to travel to Selvadorada and see if he can potentially save his life. So first things first, we'll have him come and haggle. And we will see if he can accomplish anything with that. Sage is going to come in here. She does need to use the toilet, so that's fine. This is our only community lot that we actually currently have. This is the museum. I did change it since the first part. I thought this museum fit a little bit better. So this is the museum lot. We don't have anything here. We need to work on getting some collections completed and adding in some items. But I thought this one was cute. And I like that it came with easels. It also does actually have like a little bit of a kitchen here. So we could technically use this to cook some food, but I don't think that we're going to. Sorren was unsuccessful in his haggling, which is fine. So let's just have both of them sell their items. So he's going to sell over here. And then while he's doing that, I'll have Sage sell as well. And we'll see how much money we make. Okay, with our bottle of nectar, he's going to get 1,712 simoleons, which is pretty solid. Definitely enough money to get to Selvadorada. And then we'll also have Sage come and haggle. And we'll see if she has better luck with haggling and if she makes a little bit more money. We do have all of the like giant like produce in her inventory, so I think she will get quite a bit of money. Okay, it looks like our girl got it. Maybe Sage is a little bit more persuasive, so she's going to be selling her items for a 25% increase. So let's see how much she gets. Also, I noticed, and I kind of noticed when I was growing them, that we have two different colored pumpkins. Like these feel like orange pumpkins, whereas these are actually like green. And I don't know, they're both small pumpkins, so I'm assuming that it is the different colors. There are also different quality. These are 94, or maybe they're just different quality. I don't know, but they look different. And I noticed that the pumpkins weren't orange when we were growing them, so I think that's pretty interesting. Okay, so our girl is definitely rolling it in. She has 3,224 simoleons. The giant crops are definitely worth a ton, so I'm gonna go ahead and let her sell as well. And because we're here, I am gonna buy items because I do need to go ahead and make sure that we buy seeds so that she can have some seeds to replant all of their items. So we'll just get one of everything. And then after that, we need to hop over to my boy. Oh, you know what? Let's get some carrots because we have our rabbits and they want carrots. Okay, there we go. Our girl bought some giant crop seeds and a carrot so that she can plant some for her little rabbit friends. It's not good yet, but it's almost fall, so I think she'll be fine. And Sorren is over here talking to some Sims. I see that we have some Sims that used to have CC hair, so I'll have to go through this save file and make some adjustments just to make sure that everyone still looks good. But on that note, he needs to travel. So what we're going to do is go ahead and have him take a vacation. It will be just him because he's just going to try and find the antidote. So he's going to plan to travel on his own to Selvadorada, and we will see if we can find the antidote and save his life. So we're headed to Selvadorada, and this world is completely empty, like the save file. So I think we'll stay here because it's right next to the marketplace, and I think that's where I can potentially talk to some Sims who can help me to get the antidote. I don't know that I've ever done this before, so I honestly don't know. But I'm guessing that's how it works. So the weather here's awful. Love that for him. But let's look over here. Yeah, okay. So here's like the marketplace stalls. And there is not someone working at the stall, which is less than ideal. I'm assuming that it's because the weather's awful. But I do need someone to be working over here. Okay. Well, I don't have an alternative plan here. We did get a machete and some spider repellent. Too bad we didn't have the spider repellent in our house. Okay. I don't know what to do. Are these locals? I need to talk to locals. I feel like this is probably a local. Let's ahoy me matey. Oh, he got struck by lightning. Okay. It's not looking like a great day for Sorren. It's not looking good. He was struck by lightning, so that's great. There is no inside, and the only two Sims that we have seen so far are running away. Maybe we can talk to this Sim. Again, we'll try a friendly introduction. It's Talk Like a Pirate Day, so of course it's a weird friendly introduction, but we are running out of time. I'm pretty sure there's another phase to this poison besides the one that he's on. And I have to hope so because he's only got 17 hours. So we're talking to Alan Robles. Let's brighten his day. I don't know that he's a local because I don't see... Okay, no, here we go. We can ask for antidote. So let's see what he says. You need to bring me some bone dust if you want me to create an antidote. If you don't have any bone dust, I have heard a jungle named online retailer sells the antidote. If you have access to a computer, it won't be cheap. Okay, so technically he says we can buy it on the computer. We don't have a computer, But I am curious to see if we can buy it on our phone. I don't see it. This is an alphabetical order, and it's called an antidote. I see medicine, but I'm gonna assume that's not it. And then I don't see anything that would be like spider antidote. So we need to try to get some bone dust. And I think that that's maybe in some of the like chest and stuff. So maybe we'll have him just go ahead and come travel to this national park, and then we just have to try to get up here to the temples. I think that's kind of our best bet. The weather's really bad, so that's less than ideal, but there's really not anything else we can do. So he's really hungry. I know this is kind of weird. Maybe we'll let him go ahead and grill something. That's what he wanted to do anyways. Let's just grill some campfire spuds. We'll grill something cheap. It is also really late. Like, he didn't start this at a good time. I made illogical decisions, but I'm trying to do it before he dies. So like, I just don't have a ton of time. Why'd you cook the food and not eat it? You're starving. Like, eat. Sometimes the Sims are like so illogical. I also love that for this empty save file, you need a park here. So this is it. This is the park. Which, you know, hey, it's a park. And I love that Olive is just out here cleaning up this grill. So while we're done eating and our needs are pretty good, let's come over here and try and clear the area. We'll use our machete and hopefully we can clear the vines and get into the part of the jungle where we can excavate and hopefully find some bone dust. I don't know if we can find it in just like the little excavation spots or if we're gonna need to open up one of the chests. Okay, so he was forging through some thick vines a little too enthusiastically and his machete flew out of his hands and was lost forever. Less than ideal, but okay. While checking through the jungle, Sorren stumbles upon a jaguar that seems to be stalking something at the edge of a lake. Should he sneak away or observe the jaguar's actions? He can sneak away or he can watch the jaguar. Higher fishing skill leads to better results. So he actually has really good fishing skills, so we'll try it. Let's watch the jaguar. Sorren moves around for a better look, but instead finds himself sliding down a hill right into the mouth of a cave. A bunch of bats swarm Sorren and startle him. Okay, so he was not successful with that, and he is having bladder failure. I don't think that his bladder was full before that, so I guess it just scared him. But in my defense, his fishing skill is level 6, so I feel like that's pretty good. Now he's got a secret because he used the toilet on himself, and now he's coming back down here, I guess to take a shower, which is fine, but he could have just taken a shower in the rain, which is what I'm going to have him do now so that we can get his hygiene up since he's upset about it. Okay. Sorren, whatever. Now he's taking a shower in this little stall. If you don't know, like the ones that come with Jungle Adventures have a shower as an option, but let's travel through because I don't exactly know where this is supposed to be. Also, you can put your clothes back on, King. Like, buddy, I know that you're delusional. I know that you are. It's not what I was supposed to do. I'm so used to clicking MC Command Center and just going to modifying cast that I honestly forgot how to change clothes. Okay, there we go. It's fine. He has at least just went ahead and changed into clothes. So we're up here now. I'm gonna go ahead and have him harvest avocados since we're here. I'll look around to see if there's any like dig piles that we can use to potentially find some bone dust. But if not, we'll just keep pressing forward. I think that getting to the temples is kind of like our focus. So that's what we'll work on. I do see like this excavation spot, so he can set that up and try to excavate it. And then I think we're going to have to try and go through. Yeah, we've got another one of these we have to try to go through, and he lost his machete, so he's got to try to clear it with his hands. He's a little bit tired, but like we don't have time for that. And I didn't bring a tent, so he like really doesn't have time for that. Okay, he got struck by lightning again. Can can you excavate this? If this has bone dust, then we don't have to do this. You know what I mean? Like, is there bone dust in these? He also got the natural living skill, which I think is interesting. I guess they've kind of integrated those two things in together, which is pretty cool. I feel like bone dust shouldn't be rare, but I don't actually know. It might be like super rare. Okay, he did get a unauthenticated knife, so he got a relic. He wants to stargaze, sweetie, beloved. That's not what we're gonna be doing. Like, go ahead and come up here. Let's start. Let's keep working. I guess at least now, because of the natural living skill, he can sleep on the ground because he's getting tired and we didn't bring a tent, but he can just sleep on the ground. So that's got to count for something. He did make it through with just his hands, and it has stopped raining, so things are looking up. Okay, while blazing a trail in the jungle, Sorren comes across a small group of capybaras hanging out by a watering hole. As he observed them, he notices one of them is approaching a huge swarm of bees. The capybara doesn't seem to notice the impending danger. So I don't think, have a high enough skill to scare off the bees, and we don't have a flower, so we just have to wait and see. Sorren didn't want to startle the gentle creatures, so he decides to wait and see what happens. The capybara approaches the bee swarm, but it doesn't seem to be too bothered by the buzz. To Sorren's horror, the bee swarm moves towards his position and attacks. Oh my goodness. Come on, dude. How are you so unlucky? This is so ridiculous. He's literally the least lucky sim that I've ever created. Okay, we're up here. And I'm seeing, so we have this path and this path. We can't go into this one just yet. It's sealed for this vacation. And I don't see any other like excavation spots. So I guess we'll just come over here and clear this one with our hands. Again, my dude lost his machete, which I guess we could always go back down. Now that it's not raining, there's probably people at the stalls if he can't manage to get it cleared with just his hands, but it looks like he's getting it, and is being attacked by bees. He is not going to make it. He's also poisoned and only has 8 hours left of that, but that's fine. We're trying, you know, we're really trying. If it's meant to be, it'll be. I'm getting very close to thinking it's not meant to be. But Sunny's leveling up on her skills while we're away, and maybe Sage is pregnant. So maybe this is just what has to happen. Okay, so we already got this one, but I'm gonna try it again. We're gonna try to watch the jaguar. So Sorren moves closer to the jaguar and notices it is washing some fish in the lake. The jaguar swoops its paw into the water and easily catches a rare fish. Just as it's about to eat it, it catches a swarm of bats, spooks the jaguar, and it bounds off into the jungle. The fish is intact and Sorren took it with him. Okay, so we got a fish. I don't really know if that was worth it, but let's travel to the royal baths. So now we can get to one of the temples, and hopefully up here we can find some bone dust. We can click on this and travel through. I don't know, does that take us back to where we were or where we want to be? Let's pause. This would be a good time for it not to be night, but this is the time when we got up here, so this is what we're working with. There are some random sims in the water. I think maybe we need to go through here. Oh, it does say that okay, where is he going? No, Sorren. It does say that if you have higher gardening skill, you're more likely to be able to clear faster. I'm going to try to travel through here. Maybe that's right. I don't actually know. Like, does that take him further? Or is this somewhere we've already been? Okay, I need to be up there, I think. Okay, so maybe we clear this one. Yeah, let's try clearing this one. And maybe that'll get me what I'm trying to do. I really don't actually know. I'm just trying to get to somewhere that has some chests that I can open up, and hopefully he can find some bone dust in those. Okay, Sorren is blazing a trail through the thick jungle when he comes across a distressed archaeologist who seems to have dropped a bag in some quicksand. He can keep walking. He can fish out the bag. Again, higher fishing skill. I'm going to go for it. He has good fishing skill. Okay, Soren has a flash of inspiration and pulls out his fishing rod. He casts the rod, snags the strap, and reels in the pack. The archaeologist is so grateful that he gives him a cool artifact. Okay, perfect. So we can travel to the temple now. And I'm hoping that this is somewhere where we can get bone dust. We're running out of hours for sure. So he's kind of about to pass out. Like, how long do we have? We got 4 hours till we pass out. But this is a temple. So for sure, I feel like this should have what I'm looking for, with the potential to have artifacts and some chests that he can open up. Like this can be excavated. So like, for one, can we get to that? I actually don't know. Like where do we enter and how do we get to that level? Okay, yeah, it's just stairs. Okay. Let's excavate. And then we also obviously have to do all of these little puzzles. I have not done this, so let's examine it. I see the one right there. Is there another one? No, it's just that one. Okay, there are a lot of excavating piles. I just don't know if you can get bone dust out of them, but it would be so much easier if you could. Okay, he got another unauthenticated knife. Like he's getting artifacts out of there, which like in any other situation would be great, but bone dust is what I need right now. Sage is calling. Oh, she wants us to have a formative moment. Yeah, girl, why not? Maybe there's one that'll help him on his adventure. Okay, I'm gonna go for this natural survivalist. It says they'll gain more energy when replenishing the need outdoors. So I'm hoping that means if he's sleeping on the ground, he will have more success. Let's excavate this and see if we can find some bone dust, and then let's examine these bowls and see, because I think maybe we might have to go deeper into the temple to try and find a chest and then use that to get the bone dust. We're also, yeah, we've got 3 hours left of being poisoned. He's passing out, so like I don't know that he's really gonna be able to get this done, but I'm hoping he will. Okay, none of the triggers will unlock the gate. Gotta try examining another mechanism. Okay, so let's continue examining this one. He wanted to go pass out in the bush, but like we could just sleep on the ground in a second. Okay, he's maybe figured it out. Let's try to activate it. Let's just complement the carvings and see if that's good. We've got 2 options, so we'll see if that's the right one. Seems like, okay, no, it was. Okay, perfect. So that worked. Let's excavate this. Wait, no, that didn't work. Oh, okay. That was the wrong one, but he did get charisma skill and narrowly avoided disaster. Okay. So then let's try this one. That's the next option. So that way we can open the gate and then he can, there we go. So that's open. I'm gonna try to excavate this, and then once he's done that, I'll let him sleep on the ground for a while just and see if he can get himself a little bit better. Let's just sleep here. He also needs to use the toilet now, but that's fine. And then once he got attacked by bees. Also, he is overwhelmingly poisoned. So he's got 8 hours left before he dies. So let's try to sleep here. You know what? It's a little cheaty. But he has a lot of aspiration points. So what if we, just so we can try and get through this, we'll get our guy a moodlet solver. Okay, so we're gonna get a moodlet solver, and then that way that'll let him have all of these 8 hours to try and save himself. 7 hours now. Okay, there we go. So his needs are good. So let's excavate this, and I think we're just gonna have to try to keep going through. So let's examine this, because unless we get bone dust from this, I think we just have to try to get to the end of the tunnel. Can we extend our vacation? It didn't actually let me choose how long the vacation would be when I scheduled it. I just scheduled a vacation. Yeah, we'll extend it for 1 day. That's all that we really need. Oh, we found it. We found bone dust. Okay. That's what we need. Okay, so now that we have bone dust, that's all we need to do. So let's come and travel, and then we just need to go into the city, and hopefully there's someone here who can make us an antidote, because bone dust is all they said they needed. So let's get over here. And thankfully the weather's better, so hopefully this is good. So let's go ahead and give him a friendly introduction. He should be able to see what I need because I'm literally dying. Like, hello, sir, I'm dying. Let's ask for the antidote. I've got bone dust. Please save me. I've got 5 hours. We're cutting it real close, and he's just sitting there. It is making me so anxious. Like, get up and ask him. Okay, take this antidote that I made with the bone dust you provided. Okay, Selvadorada poison antidote. Chug the antidote. Come on, Sorren. All right, our boy is drinking it. Okay. All right, I think we did it. I think we did it. We saved him. He doesn't even have a moodlet about it. Nothing in here is a moodlet about the fact that he literally almost died, but there we go. He is officially saved. Is there anything else over here that we want? Oh, there's the flower that we needed for some of the quest. Fire foam, shower in a bottle, and Faraday fizz, plasma bait bat. Why don't we purchase this artifact? I think just because, you know, just as a memory of our time here in the jungle. And I think with that, having saved our sim and our partner, we will wrap this part up here. I'm curious to see in the next part if Sage ended up getting pregnant from our little risky woohoo to try and save our partner. But let me know what you think about this episode. It was pretty chaotic. There was a lot going on, but I hope you've enjoyed it. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe if you did enjoy the video, and I will see you all next time. Bye.